Are you a gentle parent or you have no idea what I'm talking about? There is this funny story, especially on social media, where people will say that they are trying to be gentle parents, but the kids are not gentle children, if that's a word. So today I thought that I should talk about some of the myth busters that are there when it comes to gentle parenting. These are from, I want to read her name correctly. They are from Sarah Ockwell Smith. These are some of the things. You will let me know which one do you believe or you used to believe before you started practicing gentle parenting. I think I'm a gentle parent, I'm a conscious parent, I'm aware of my kids and I'm trying to do better. I'm learning to do better and I'm unlearning some of the things that did not work for me as a child. Number one, people believe that gentle parents, they do not discipline their kids, which is totally false. Children need discipline, but discipline, it does not mean that you are going to physically beat your kids. It does not mean that you are going to harm them. And I think the problem with people is that most of us, we want to beat our kids. We want to be toxic when we are disciplining them. Hence, we have an issue with gentle parenting. Number two, they believe that their children can do whatever they want. I know personally for me, my kids do not do whatever they want because at the end of the day, we are a family. As much as I am accountable to them, they are also accountable to me. So they cannot just decide that, okay, I'm going out with my friends and I'm not going to tell anyone. There are rules for all of us and those rules are there for a reason. The third one, people believe that gentle parents, they are housewives with one child. This one was very fun to hear because I think most of us, we think that in order for you to treat a child with gentleness, to understand them, to take the time to listen to them, you need to be someone who does not have any other job besides being a housewife or kind of like homeschool mom. But that is not true. I've got a 9-to-5, but still I'm trying to make sure that I am the parent who sees their child, who tries to understand what's happening with them. I'm not sure if I'm on number 3 or number 4, but the other one is that we are too indulgent. I think this one is because so many of us, when we were growing up, we were taught that kids are supposed to be seen but not heard. Most of us, we were not allowed to share our desires. We were not even allowed to say no. You know, parents will just say to you, do this, and you will just do it. Or they will say jump, and you will say how high. So that is why people will feel like gentle parents are too indulgent. Because gentle parents, they take the time to understand that behind my child, there is a human being who has feelings. There is a human being who might not like some of the things that I'm doing to them. There is a human being I need to consider. And that is something that is such a new thing for most of us, especially if you grew up in a typical black home where kids, no one really thought about kids and their needs. No one really considered them. So does it mean that black gentle parents are spoiling their kids? No, I don't think they are. But also, there is a balance between saying yes to your child and considering their needs, and also saying yes to things that are going to be harmful to them. I think sometimes we confuse being a gentle parent with being a parent who does not have boundaries. There are parents who allows their kids to do whatever, which is actually not good for the child, because at the end of the day, in order to grow and live in the real world, there are rules in the real world. You cannot just do whatever you want. We all know that. And it is important for us as parents to prepare our kids for that world. And as gentle parents, I believe that we are doing that. It might not be in a harsh way, the way the world is used to, but we are doing that. I'm teaching my kids about the outside world. I'm teaching them that as a family, we need to respect one another. As a family, you need to be responsible. As a student, you need to do your homework. You need to go to school. As someone who's staying in the house, you need to make sure that you consider other people that you are living with. So that is Tiamo. He was not aware that I'm doing a video, but that's okay. Then I think the last one is that we are not preparing our kids for the real world, because it looks like we are raising soft kids. But is it really so wrong for us to raise soft kids? And what does softness mean? Does it mean that you are not able to do hard things? Does it mean that you do not allow toxic behavior? Does it mean that you are able to say, no, this is not for me? Or you are able to say that, actually, I prefer that when you are talking to me, please don't scream at me. Please ask me nicely. Is that such a bad thing, really? Do we want to raise kids who are like us? Some of us, we are so timid. We are unable to say no. We are people pleasers because we were raised by parents who did not give us the opportunity to be able to discover our own voice, to know what is right for us. You know, some of us, there is an issue of black tax. Some of us are struggling. We are in debt. We are trying to live a life that we cannot afford because we were never taught that we are enough as we are. And we were never taught that you do not need to prove yourself in order for people to love you. So because we were raised feeling or thinking that we must always say yes or agree with people in order for them to love us, even now as adults, we are trying to unlearn that. So I feel like gentle parenting is bridging that gap, where it is saying that I see you and I love you, and I believe that you are good irrespective of the mistakes that you make, and I'm willing to teach you how to do things in a different way, in a better way. Does it mean that I'm going to allow you to do wrong things and you won't suffer the consequences? No, you are going to suffer some of them. But also I will understand that even if you are making mistakes, you are still good. Even if you don't do things the way that I want you to, I still love you. You do not have to perform for my love because I love you. You are my child. And if that is a problem, guys, I am going to love my kids, irrespective of them annoying me sometimes, making me angry, wishing that they can go somewhere. Because at the end of the day, I understand that as much as I am imperfect, so are my kids. And what is worse is that they are still young, they are still growing, they are still learning, they are still going to know how to do things better. And I'm going to be there cheering them on, correcting them, showing them the way while cheering them and celebrating them. That is what gentle parenting is for me. It does not mean that I'm a yes mom, but it means that there is a balance. And it means that there is room for my kids to say, Mama, I actually don't like how you talk to me. Or Mama, when you scream at me, it does not make me feel good. And sometimes I don't like it. Mara, I want to raise kids who are able to say, this does not sit well with me. Can we talk about it? And that is what I'm working on. Yeah, let me know, how do you feel about this topic? Are you a gentle parent? Do you feel like we are allowing our kids to do whatever? Or is it because we were so used to being heard as children that we don't want things to change? Don't forget to like, to comment, and share this video with someone you believe that they need it.